Do you ever feel selfish for making time for yourself? It's easy to get so wrapped up in your work, in your goals, in all the obligations of life that you end up neglecting yourself. And you might have convinced yourself that you shouldn't focus on time for yourself because it distracts you from achieving great things. But I would make the argument that in order to achieve true success, you have to start from within. Learn how to focus and make time for yourself, and a successful life will follow. Hi, my name is Cathryn. I am founder and CEO of Best Self Co. And today I want to talk about why focusing on yourself will actually get you further in life and will give you the capacity to do more with it. One is practice self-love. Now, maybe you're watching this video and you're thinking, okay, I'm not a hippie, I don't have a tie-dyed shirt, I don't have dreads, whatever you might be picturing in your mind, don't. I promise you that self-love is something that you can benefit from. See, self-love really means just being kind to yourself, minimizing negative self-talk, and making more room for positive self-evaluation. Number two, try new things. The hallmark of successful people is that they are always stretching themselves to learn new things. Here's the thing, you can't grow if you don't get out of your comfort zone. And while it can be scary because we don't want to fail, there is no such thing as failure if you take something from it. I personally have gone through a lot of failures in my life, but actually it was a stepping stone towards the next thing that I was able to do because I got outside of my comfort zone. Number three is make time for your loved ones, for the important people in your life. One way to focus on yourself is to focus on the people that really mean something to you. Our loved ones have a massive impact on the quality of our lives, yet often we forget this when we set goals because we focus on business or money or sales or getting more recognition or more followers, whatever it is. The dying don't wish that they spent more time working. Quite the opposite, which is why use the time that you have right now to focus on the people in your life that matter. In the end, focusing on your loved ones will both help them, but also come back and help yourself. Number four is cultivate a healthy lifestyle. So good health is the root of all other successful endeavors. You can push your body hard in the short term, but going without adequate rest or good nutrition or a calm mind is not sustainable over the long term. Cultivating a healthy lifestyle is not something that you will notice tomorrow or you will notice in the short term, but it's one of those things that is important but not urgent, that if you put into your week will pay off in the long term. Number five is nurture your self-esteem. So you want to boost your image of yourself. So focusing on the positive is super important. And that means thinking of all the good things you've accomplished, whether it's at work, with your family, with your community. Are you feeling positive right now? Okay, good. Now that I have you in this moment, scroll down, like, and subscribe. Thanks. If we don't look back at everything we've accomplished, how far we've come, we spend our time, looking up at the mountain, how much further we have to go, instead of looking back and see, oh, look how far I've come already. When life gives us challenges, oftentimes we learn from it when we reflect on it. So I say all this to remind you that even if you're going through something really difficult right now, remember that every difficult thing that you've gone through in your whole life, you've gotten through, and you're gonna get through this also. So think of, if you're going through something challenging, what is life teaching me? Take that with you and move on to the next challenge, which will likely be tomorrow. Number six, keep a journal. Steve Jobs has this famous quote talking about the idea of not being able to connect the dots looking forward and only understanding how things connect looking backwards. And by that I mean self-reflection is a key part of learning and improving yourself. I personally like to journal whenever I'm going through a challenge or a problem because it helps me think. So writing out what you're going through is also good to look at later, but in the moment you can review, okay, here is what I'm facing. And when you have it down on paper or maybe even your computer, it's much easier to deal with than when it's all in your head. So would highly recommend journaling for yourself and for your future self to be able to understand how dots connect. And of course, I recommend the Self Journal by Best Self Co. for all of your journaling needs. And there it is. Do not neglect yourself. Making time for yourself is far from being selfish. And Doing these 6 things that I just talked about will help you increase your effectiveness in all areas of your life, as well as boosting your happiness and well-being. And you can do way more in the world when you feel good. Let us know in the comments below, first, how you like this video, what strategies you're already using, and what we missed in how to become your best self. Thanks for watching. I just hope they subscribe, you know? Like, come on. Come on.